بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Good morning, everybody. For this, the second lecture in general English for those students whose area is not English. Okay, so in this lecture, in this unit, I'm going to explain to you some grammatical points and some other points concerned with this course, which is intro. And I hope that you have to be attentive and you have to be careful while listening, and I hope that you understand what I say. So now look at this this lecture. I'm going to give to you some vocabulary first, and then we are going to explain some grammatical key points that can be used in some conversations in this lecture. So now the first point, which is vocabulary, names of objects. Now we have in this point, we have some names of some objects, and these objects can be used in some conversation later in this lecture, so that you have to be careful concerning these vocabulary, and you have to memorize these vocabulary, and you have to also to know what are their spelling, and also what are their pronunciation, and also how do we use these vocabulary in sentences. So now look, we are going just to give you to pronounce these vocabulary for you, because now we have the pictures can show you the meaning of these vocabulary. I'm not going to give you the meaning of these words in Arabic, because they are already here attached with pictures, and the pictures can show you the meaning of these words. Here are some names of objects. List their meanings. That means you can find out their meaning is from the pictures you have. So now look, we have what's in your bag. What's in your bag? So now look, we have hairbrush, an umbrella, sunglasses, keys, a laptop, a cell phone, a wallet, a camera. So these are some vocabulary that can be used here now later in this this lecture, and so you have to practice saying them many times, because you are going to memorize these vocabulary and find out their meanings from the pictures you have. Okay, so now look in this point, the second point, we have grammar focus. We are going to explain one point in grammar, which is concerned with some expressions, which is this is and these are. Okay, this and these, and then we have they and it. So this and these, and also we have they and it. This and these, they are called demonstrative pronouns. And now we are going to explain when do we use this and when do we use these, and also later when do we use they and when do we use it. So this is for singular and it is for singular also, but these is for plural. So now we can say, for example, this is a pen. This is a pen. So now we have only one pen. This is only one pen, so you can only this is a pen. So it is used only for singular nouns. We can say only this is a pen. Okay, for example, this is a shirt. Okay, and this is a book, for example. So this is here is used only for singular nouns. So we can say, for example, and these, this is called use it for plural nouns. For example, now we can say, for example, these are glasses. These are glasses. If we have, for example, two pens, we can say these are two pens. These are pens. These are pens. So now this is and these are two demonstrative pronouns. This is used with singular nouns, and these are is used with plural nouns. So now look at number. For example, the number one here we have this is a camera. This is a camera. That means only one camera, singular. And these are cameras. These are cameras. So now if something is closer to you, for example, now this is a pen, so it's closer to me. That means I can't touch it. So I can say this is a pen because it's closer to me, and also it is singular. We can use this is for singular closer nouns. That means that something which is closer to you. So you can say this is a camera. This is a camera. Okay, these are cameras. These are cameras. Okay, here we have used this is because we have here we have singular. We use the verb to be is, and you know that before we use verb to be is with singular nouns. And then we have these are here is used because we have these, and we have cameras is a plural, so we have to use are in this position because this is a plural noun. So then now we have, if you want to ask about something, for example, and I don't know what's this, for example, I say what's this, what's this, what's this. what's this? ما هذا. So what's this? So this is singular noun. So when I use, for example, this, that means it is singular. So what's this? So the answer here will be it is. It's a book. It's a book. So why do we use it here? Because it is singular. What's this? What's this? It's a bin. What's this? It's a book. What's this? It's a table. So what's this? It's a shirt. So what's this here is a question about singular noun. So the answer should be with it. That means we have to use it in the answer here because the question is about singular. That means about one thing. So it should be, the answer should be it's. For example, what's this? It's a bin. What's this? It's a book. So now that's number 3 here. What are these? What are these? If we have, for example, 3 bins or 3, that means things that I don't know what are they. So I can say, what are these? What are these? What are these? ما هذه. That means something plural. What are these? So they are books. They are books. Now look here, the answer here is they are books. So why do we use they here? Because the question here is about plural. So the answer should be plural. Because the question here is what are these? What are these? So the answer should be they are, not it is. They are. They are books because the question is what are these? Plural. So the answer should be they are books. They are books. Number 4, what's this called in Arabic? When I say, for example, what's this called in Arabic? What's this called in Arabic? ماذا يدعى هذا في العربية? What's this called in Arabic? So it's called, for example, kitab. It's called قلم in Arabic. So we can say, what's this called? What's this here? Question here is about singular. بمعنى ماذا يدعى هذا? That means it's something singular. What's this called in Arabic? It's called, for example, kitab. That just as an example here. Number 5, what are these called in English? What are these called in English? For example, you have some books. What are these called? عندنا بعض الكتب, for example. You can say, what are these called in English? They are called books. They are called books. So what are these called? Here, the question here is plural. What are these? So the answer here, they are, because the question is plural. So the answer should be plural. They are. And if the question is singular, but singular, that means what's this? So the answer should be it's. So what's this? It's. What are these? They are. So it's with singular, they are with plural. So this is one point concerning this is and these are, and when do we use them in English. And the second point now we have the article is and an. These are, in English we have 2 types of articles. We have definite article and indefinite articles. Okay, the definite article, which is the, and we have the indefinite articles, which are and an. Now today we are concerned with using those indefinite articles and an. That means when do we use and an? Okay, so now look, we have okay, some explanation, a brief explanation, okay, for these 2 articles and an. Okay, these 2 articles and an are used with singular nouns first. Okay, so now we have, you know, that okay, and an only use it with singular nouns. We cannot use them with plural nouns first. So we can say, for example, a book. Okay, a book. Don't say a books, no. So it should be a book, a pen, a pencil, a boy, a woman, a man, an apple, an orange, an egg. So these 2 articles, and an, both are used with singular nouns, and they cannot be used with, okay, with those plural nouns and also with those non-count nouns. Also, we cannot say, for example, a sugar, a flower. Okay, we cannot use them with those non-count nouns, and we cannot use them with those plural nouns. Okay, so this is one point for these. Okay, so now we have vowel sounds. Okay, you know that we have vowel sounds. We have consonant sounds in English. We have sounds. We have some consonants and have some vowels in English. Okay, those consonants and vowels, those vowels which are usually okay used by using those a, e, i, o, u. Okay, usually these letters give that means a vowel sound. They give vowel sounds, and the other sounds, that means, like for example, you have pa, ba, ma, na, la, okay, ra. So all those are consonant sounds. So now look, we have details for these 2 articles. That means when do we use an and when do we use a. Okay, so now the first point, an. And when do we use an? An is used before a vowel sound. For example, you can say an orange. An is used before a vowel sound. You can say, for example, an orange. an hour, an apple, an egg, an umbrella. So these nouns, all of them are singular nouns, but their beginning is okay, a vowel sound. So for example, umbrella, umbrella. You can say an umbrella. For example, orange, an orange. Okay, apple, an apple. Egg, an egg. So these nouns, because they start with the vowel sound, so we use with them the article, the indefinite article an. But the second article, which is a, is used before a consonant sound. For example, you know that the other sound is, other than those vowels, are called consonant sounds. For example, you can say a car, a rat, a man, a pen, a house. So these are singular nouns, but okay, they have only a consonant sound at the beginning. For example, now we have car, ka, and rat, ra. So these are consonant sounds, and if they are singular, we can use with them the indefinite article a. Then we have, now look at these sentences now, and you have to complete these sentences using these two indefinite articles. So you have to use a or an in these spaces according to, that means, the sound that follows the space. For example, the first one, which is, this is English book. This is English book. So which one can be used here on the space? Can we use a or an? So here, because you have e, this is a vowel, that means sound, so it can be, it should be here, and this is an English book. Then we have the second one, which is this is marker. This is marker. So which one can be used here? So look at the explanation and try to use which one can be best here in this space. The third one, which is, this is notebook. Notebook. Is this noun okay? Have okay consonant sound or vowel sound? So use the best article here in this space. Also the last one, this is a clock. This is clock. Okay, so now in these spaces, okay, try to find out which one can be used in these spaces, or an. Now look at this conversation. In this conversation also we have the use of those grammatical points that we have explained before. We have, for example, these and those verbs to be, so now, and also plural and singular and so on. So just now we are going to practice, okay, using those grammatical points that we have okay given you before. Now look at this and read this conversation, and you can find out okay the use of these okay those points that we have explained. Okay, Wendy and Helen. So this conversation, we have three people now. We have Wendy and Helen, and also then we have Rex. Okay, Wendy said, "Wow, what are these? What are these?" Now look at the picture. Now she is carrying something which is plural, and now she asks, okay, what are these? What are these? Because she asked about something plural. So now the answer here, Helen said, they are earrings. They are earrings. So now why did she say they are? Because now the question here is about plural. What are these? So now the answer here is they are earrings. Wendy, oh cool. Thank you, Helen. Okay, they are great. They are great. So of course now here they are, because this is plural also. So it should be they are because it's plural. Helen, you are welcome. You are welcome. Now you can see now in this conversation, that means also the use of those verbs to be here. Okay, you can say, for example, now here we have you are welcome. You are, you know that when do we use verbs to be also is and are, and so this is practice for all those points that we have explained. Now Rex, now open this box. Rex said, now open this box. Wendy, okay, what's this? What's this? So he's now there is something which is singular. What's this? Okay, Helen said, it's a scarf. It's a scarf. So now why did she say here it's a scarf? Because the question here is about something singular. What's this? So it should be it's a scarf. So now we have another point concerning this pronunciation. That means pronunciation rules are very important sometimes when you when you speak English, and you have to practice saying some of these rules because they are very important in your speaking. Okay, so now a pronunciation is ending is now is ending. That means you have, you know, that those okay nouns in English usually how do we form the plural okay of those nouns in English. If you have, for example, the noun book, so what's the plural of book? Which is, you know, that it is books. That means by adding s to the noun. So you can say book, books, pen, pens, okay, bag, bags, boy, boys. So now that means if you want to make a plural in English, we add the okay s at the end of that singular noun, and so that it can be plural noun. Okay, book, books, pen, pens, and so on. Now we have some rules for the pronunciation of that is. That means that comes at the end of those plural nouns. That is sometimes is pronounced. That means the is that comes at the end of the plural noun. Sometimes it's pronounced sa, and sometimes it's pronounced za, and sometimes it's pronounced is. So now we are going to explain when can it be pronounced as sa, and when can we say, for example, za, and when can we say it as is. So now look, we have the first point, which is sa plural can be pronounced as za when noun is in vowel sound is or voiced consonants. Yes, so now look at this point. Plural can be pronounced as, that means is plural can be pronounced as za, when noun is in a vowel sound first. So now, for example, vowel sound like what? Like, for example, boy, for example. Okay, play. These sounds, these nouns end in a vowel sound, play. So here, the end of this noun is a vowel sound, play. And also we have, for example, boy. So these sounds, okay, that means these nouns end in vowel sounds, so that the is that comes at the end of these plural nouns should be as za. For example, plays, boys. So now here, the is plural here, the is here that comes, that forms the plural of this noun is pronounced as za, boys. Why? Because the end of the noun here is a vowel. That means a vowel sound. Yes. Number two, also we can see that also that means sometimes if the noun also, that means the plural noun ends in for example, that means voiced consonant, voiced consonants. Voiced consonants like, for example, ba, da, ga, ra. So these are voiced consonants. Voiced consonants. For example, like ba, da, ga, ra, la, ma, na. All these are voiced consonants. So now, if any noun ends in these vowel consonants, these vowel, that means these vowel, voiced consonants. So and we have is at the end of this noun. So this is pronounced also as za. Like, for example, bag. So it should be bags, not bags. It will be bags. Pen, pens, pencil, pencils. So these nouns end in voiced sounds. And then when we add is to them as a plural, so this is pronounced as za. So now, is plural now, the summary of this point, is plural is pronounced as za when noun is in vowel sounds or voiced consonants like na, ra, as in telephones, cars. The second point, number two, it can be pronounced as sa. That means this is, that means the is plural here that comes at the end of plural nouns. Okay, it can be pronounced as sa when noun is in voiceless consonant sounds. Voiceless consonant sounds. Which are those voiceless consonant sounds? Like, for example, pa, ta, ka, fa. So these are voiceless consonant sounds. So if there is at the end of these nouns that end in these voiceless consonants, so that is pronounced as sa. Like, for example, map. خريطة, map. So map is singular. So we say, for example, we add is to this one as plural, it will be maps. For example, lock. Ka. Here is ka. The end is of this. That means this noun ends in ka. So it will be locks. So now also we have ta. Same. Ticked. For example, ticked. It will be tickets. So now these nouns that in voiceless sounds, and then we have sa at the end of these nouns. So this is pronounced as sa. Now, number three, it can be pronounced as is. So this sa, that means is plural, can be pronounced sometimes as is when nouns end in sa, za, or cha. Okay, for example, as in cases, watches. So that means in these cases, the is plural here is pronounced as is. Why? Because they end in some. For example, now we have case. This one case ends in sa. So when we add es, it will be cases. cases is, and then watch, because this one ends in cha, at ch, so it will be watches. The plural is watches, watches. And then we have some other, for example, like rose, rose, roses, roses. So this will be, that means the pronunciation of is plural here will be is. Number 4, say the plural forms of these nouns as practice. That means as an exercise for you. Now we have, for example, the first one is address. Address. What do you think here, address? Is it, okay, it will be, so now when we add plural is to this noun, it will be addresses. So is it sa or the or is? Addresses, addresses, clock, key, stamp, bag, newspaper, sentence. So now these are some words, and you have to practice saying these words after adding is plural to them, and then find out what's the pronunciation of is plural here. Is it sa, za, or is? Now we have grammar focus, yes, no questions with be, forming yes, no questions using verbs to be with examples such as question. Now, in this point, we are going to explain how do you make yes, no questions using verbs to be. And I think we have explained this point before, and we said that verbs to be, when they come at the beginning of a sentence, so that this sentence will be, that means a question. So is here, for example, we have is, are, when they come at the beginning. So this is a yes, no question. That means a question that involves the answer yes or no. So now look at number 1. For example, now we have, is this your wallet? Is this your wallet? Because we have is here, so at the beginning. So it's a yes, no question. Is this your wallet? So now, how do you form yes, no questions using verbs to be? So first of all, we use the verb to be at the beginning, and then after that we have to use the subject. So is this your wallet? Is this your wallet? Okay, so the answer here is yes, it is, or no, it's not. Yes, it is, or no, it's not. So the answer should be yes or no. Okay, are these your keys? Are these your keys? Are here because this is plural. Okay, are these your keys? So this is a question, okay, using the verb to be are, and so now the answer should be yes or no, because okay, here are comes at the beginning and it involves the answer, okay, yes or no. Now, how do you make WH questions using verbs to be also? Now this is a different type of questions, because we have yes, no questions, and then we have questions that give information. Now, the first one that we have already explained is a yes, no question. But now, look, this is, okay, that is a question that gives information. How do you make a WH questions, okay, using verbs to be? For example, now, okay, you know how do you make a question using verbs to be? That means yes, no question is by using verb to be at the beginning. For example, is this your wallet? Is this your watch? Okay, are these, for example, are these books? So this is yes, no question. Now, if you want to make WH question, okay, how do you make a question that is WH question using verbs to be? So first of all, now look at these questions. We have 1, 2, 3 questions here. How do you make these questions? Okay, so first of all, we have to use, okay, WH word. WH word, for example, where, when, why, what, okay, which, for example. So all these are WH words which are used to give questions. That means questions that involve information in their answer. For example, now we have the first one, where is your wallet? Where is your wallet? So now what do we use now first? So now we have to use first WH word, which is where. And then after that WH word, we have to use verb to be. So verb to be, sometimes it can be is or it can be are. So it is if the subject is singular. So now, for example, where is your wallet? Your wallet here is singular, so we have to use is. Where is your wallet? Where is your wallet? So it's in my pocket. It's in my pocket. Where are your keys? Where are your keys? So where are, why? Because we have keys, plural. Where are your keys? So now we have WH keyword, and then verb to be, and then you have get used. So, okay, where are your keys? They are on the table. They are on the table. So why do we use they are here? Because the question here is about plural. Okay, they are on the table. Where's my pen? Where's my pen? It's on your desk. It's on your desk. So these are okay, that means WH questions, and how do we make WH questions using verb to be. So we use WH word and then verb to be, and then complete that question. Now in this point we have a conversation, and in this conversation we have, okay, the use of these verbs. Okay, that means questions, yes, no questions, and also you have WH questions. That means questions that give information. Okay, now in this you can see that clearly in bold. Okay, those questions are given to you in bold, and their answer also. Now look, we have Kate, for example, asked a question for Joe. Okay, Kate, oh no, where are my car keys? Where are my car keys? So where are my car keys here? Where are? Okay, so this is a WH question, okay, because we have where are, and we use it are here because we have plural. So okay, the answer here, okay, relax, Kate. Are they in your purse? Are they in your purse? So now this is yes, no question. Are they in your purse? Kate said, no, they are not. No, they are not. They are gone. Okay, Joe, I bet they are on the table in the restaurant. Waiter said, then the waiter came and said, excuse me, are these your keys? The waiter in the restaurant came and said, are these your keys? So Kate said, yes, they are. Thank you. Okay, so that means only practice of those questions, yes, no questions, and WH questions, and how do you answer those questions. And if be careful if the question is about plural or about singular, so be careful about this point. Now say the plurals of these nouns, then complete the chart. So this point is concerned with the rule of the pronunciation of plural is plural. Okay, so now we have some words in the box. Exercises, okay, rocks, faces, beaches, cans, cup, cups, it could be plays, roses, and cuts. So you have to add, okay, some of these nouns, I think, without is plural, and you have to add is to them, and then try to classify them. Okay, in which group should they be written? For example, okay, that means plural is here. Is it pronounced za, or is it pronounced sa, or is it pronounced is? So you have to classify them according to this chart you have. Now in this point, you have a conversation, also an exercise, and you have to complete this conversation using those grammatical rules that we have explained before. For example, now, this your umbrella? So we have to use a verb to be here, which will be, is this your umbrella? Okay, so B will say, so is this is, singular, so you have to say, no, it's not. No, it's not. So then try to complete this conversation using the suitable words in these spaces, and what are the best, that means structures that can be used in these spaces. You have to be careful about using those grammatical rules that we have explained before. Now look at this word power, preposition of place. Prepositions of place. Now we have some prepositions in English which are called prepositions of place, and those prepositions usually refer to the place of something. That means they give the place of something. Okay, those prepositions are in front of, behind, on, next to, and under. So these prepositions, are available here in these pictures, and you can find out their meaning is by the pictures you have. You can find out what's the meaning, for example, of in, what's the meaning of in front of, what's the meaning of behind, what's the meaning of on, next to, and under. So these are prepositions of place because they give the place of something. When I say, for example, you have in the first one, which is in, you can say the keys are in the box. The keys are in the box. The keys are here because it's plural. The keys are in the box. So in here means wasat or fi. So now the picture can show you the meaning of this preposition of place, and now it indicates the place of the keys. That is, where are the keys now in the first picture? Where are the keys? They are in the box. So these prepositions are called prepositions of place because they give the place of something, or they refer to the place of something. So you have to use them correctly. Now in the second one you have in front of. In front of, what does it mean? Behind, on, next to, and under. So these are prepositions, and we have to be careful what are their meaning is, and when do we use them, and you have to use them correctly in sentences. Let's now look at this exercise. Circle the best alternative. Circle the best alternative. Now look, you have now we are going to, that means to practice those rules that we have explained to you now before, and you have to know when do we use those. Okay, for example, verbs to be, or these are, or this is, or those pronouns, adjective pronouns. So you have to be careful when do we use these pronouns. For example, in number A, we have these are and this is my sunglasses. So my sunglasses here is plural, so we have to use what? These are or this is. B, here we have where, is or are your copybook. Copybook here, is it plural or is it a singular? So you have to use the best one, and the correct one here is or are. In C, this is not a or an umbrella. This is the indefinite article is a and we gave you an explanation when do we use a and when do we use an. Okay, so now look at this. You have umbrella here. So which one can be used with umbrella or an? D, is this your key? Is this your key? No. So is it? It's not, or they are not. So look at the question here. If it is singular or if it is, for example, a plural, so you have to choose according to the question. E, are these or is this yours? So yes, they are. So the answer here also can show you which one can be used in this sentence. Yes. So now look at this also exercise. Now that will say if these statements are correct or not. Okay, sa in cats is pronounced za. Sa in mountains is pronounced is. Classroom objects such as money, for example, glasses and keys. Okay, these are is used for plural nouns. Articles and are used with plural nouns. So this is only exercise for you, dear students, and you have to read them and try to find out which one is correct and which one is incorrect. So now we come to the end of this lecture. I hope that you got what I said. Thank you very much for listening, and goodbye.